Hey there, WIN community. We're back. You know me, I'm Sarah. I'm the WIN Programs Manager and the New Jersey leader. And today I have with me Lorri. And the reason Lorri is here is because she is a representative for One Hope, which is also a woman-owned nonprofit. And she is going to support us in our latest fundraiser. But I'm going to pass it to Lorri so she can tell you a little bit about herself and her story and how our fundraiser is going to work. So, Lorri, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Just want to kind of clarify a little. One Hope itself is not a nonprofit, but everything it sells supports nonprofits.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
That's
Yes.
okay. I just don't want anybody to come back later and say we misled them. So I want to be clear.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. So my name is Lorri Kipnis. I have been with One Hope for just over 4 years now. So I'll tell you a little bit about One Hope and I'll tell you a little bit about me. One Hope has been around for 17 years. It was started in 2007, so going into our 18th year, but we're still only 17. And it was actually started by 6 friends, 3 men, 3 women, that were working in the wine industry. And they were mostly in their, I guess, late mid-20s. And they were stocking shelves in October and saw that every other industry actually had all this stuff pink for breast cancer, but the wine industry didn't do much of anything. But then they went back in November and saw nothing was out there. And they looked at each other going, well, why do we not give back all year round? Why is it only done 1 month out of the year? And that's where they came up with the idea of One Hope Wine. So One Hope is an award-winning Napa Valley winery that all year long, their mission is to share wine and give hope. Every bottle of wine we sell, a portion goes to nonprofits. And what is a little unique about One Hope is it goes to the nonprofit of the customer's choice and not One Hope's choice. So mostly the way we work is through direct sales reps like myself. We're all a social selling. Every one of us is direct sales. You will not generally find this in a liquor store. You may see it in restaurants and places like that, but not in a liquor store. And you can host a wine tasting fundraiser, which we're going to do for WIN. You can order online and pick a nonprofit you want to support. You can join a wine club and your purchases all year long will go to the nonprofit that you choose, and you can change it whenever you want to change it, as well as changing the wines you pick. So I got involved with One Hope 4 years ago because of its philanthropic work. And to let you know, at this point in time, we've donated well over $11 million to 50,000 nonprofits worldwide.
That's amazing. Really, that is.
And I think, and it's been growing so fast in the last few years. I think when I started, it was about 8 million. So in 4 years, we've just done another 3 million.
Wow.
So I was working in pharmaceutical sales, and my mother has Alzheimer's dementia, and she was starting to it was getting worse, and she was no longer really able to be on her own. I needed to figure out what was going to be the best situation for her, and also just needed more time to deal with her. And it was getting really hard to be on the road and be able to be by her pretty much every day of the week in addition.
I can understand that because I believe a lot of our members are actually caregivers, so we can all sympathize and empathize with that. But I think it's amazing that you're able to be a caregiver like that. I know Allegra does it for her Nana, and there's quite a few other people in the community as well. And just an FYI, when Lorri said that we are doing the wine fundraiser with WIN, I did drop the link that she provided me in the comments on all of the lives. So if you're interested, take a quick peek. But back to you, Lorri.
No problem. So I was very fortunate at the time. I was not prepared to retire, but my husband basically looked and said, so stop working. It's fine. We'll manage. We'll be able to get through this. And I did. When I made that decision, I wasn't ready to stop doing anything. And what I was looking for then was a way to pay forward the fact that I was fortunate enough to be able to do whatever I needed to do for my mom. get her situated where was best for her, have the time to see her daily and be there for whatever her needs were also. But it was also the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, and we were at the height of COVID, and most nonprofits were not taking on new volunteers. And somebody introduced me to One Hope and actually asked me to do a fundraiser, which at that time were Facebook parties. So we weren't tasting wine, which is what we do now. And I said, sure, why not? And I did this Facebook group party where we got, set up a Facebook group, invited people to the group, and we talked about the different wines, went on live periodically, posted about all different wines. And people really seemed to like it. And it was successful. And she's like, asked me if I wanted to do it. That, I was looking for something to do. And I said, why not? I'll give it a try. Full disclosure, I am not a wine expert. At that time, I knew very, very little about wine. Now I know.
I remember that specifically. When you told me in Allegra, that's the really ironic part about it.
And anybody ever told me I'd be selling wine one day in my life, I would have just laughed in their face.
Same here, because I'm not a wine drinker myself either.
But I love their mission. I love the founders of our company. They are on the ground in everything we do. I have met all of them on a number of occasions. They get involved in everything we do. At every event that we do in person as a group, there is some aspect of giving back involved in that event. For one conference, we brought books for children for a local library, for a hospital, local hospital. For another event, we actually made drawing books that the kids could work with and do. We actually made them and put them together.
That's really a cool idea. I like that.
At an event, at award trips, they go and they work on some other service event there. I know they've helped with building schools. We've helped with getting clean water. I mean, the founders have been in all these types of events.
They sound very humanitarian.
And their hands get dirty. They really do it. So I've met a lot of wonderful people through this organization. And I personally, just with the events I do, and I will say this is not something I do full time. This is something I enjoy doing, and I do as much as I can for as many nonprofits as I find that I can do it for. But I've been able to raise over $14,000 in just over 4 years. And I said, I wouldn't have written those checks. So I feel like I'm doing just what I wanted to do. I'm paying forward the fact that I was fortunate enough to help my family. And now I'm helping lots of other families in many different ways.
Yes, most definitely. That is really an amazing way to pay it forward. And it looks like, do we have Allie said hi. Allie is the New Jersey ambassador, so she's tuning in. Hey, Allie. If you have any questions, let us know, okay? But yeah, I know when I first met you, we actually met at a networking event, which of course almost everybody I connect with is from a networking event. For those of you in New Jersey, it was actually at Melissa Alves, shout out to her. But yeah, Lorri and I connected on there, and I brought her in. Allegra met her, and it just seemed like it was a good match because, we were doing our popcorn fundraiser for a while, but this is something a little bit different that we can bring to a community. And, both missions do align. So it felt like, a really good match for Women into Networking W.I.N. And, who, for the most part, I will say, who doesn't love wine? I think you and I are part of the minority.
I do enjoy a glass every now and then. I particularly like a sparkling wine. I'll say Prosecco is probably one of my favorites. But if you don't drink it yourself, most people know someone you can give it to as a gift. So.
Well, Allie just said, who doesn't love wine?
Yeah, that's very true. And in addition to, we have a full portfolio of wine. Our wines range from $20 a bottle to $150 a bottle. We also do a lot of wine gifts. So we have gift boxes that you have a selection of a variety of different wines that you can pick to go with that gift box. So you can make a nice gift out of it. We also have these beautiful etched shimmer bottles with our sparkling brut or sparkling rosé in it, and for different special occasions already on our website that say happy birthday or cheers to you and things like that.
Ally's,
Yeah, I see Allie's message.
what regions? Yeah.
We're predominantly Napa Valley. So when it comes to our reserves, we have we have a Napa Valley Cabernet. We have a Russian River Chardonnay. We had a Russian River Pinot Noir, which was real popular, but I think at the moment it's sold out. We have a Monterey County Pinot Noir. We have a Oakville Cabernet. I know we have a Golden Coast Red Blend. Central Coast, I apologize, Central Coast. There's several others in our Arroyo Seco Chardonnay. The Russian River Chardonnay I do like a lot also. That's a pretty good Chardonnay.
That's a really nice wide variety.
Yeah, I mean, we have all your whites, your basic whites, your basic reds, and then in the Cabernet particularly, we have a variety of reserves. We have a Paso Robles cab that's very popular. I can never come up with all of them off the top of my head, but yeah, everything is coming out of the one area of the Napa in California. We do partnership every now and then. So right now, which is so perfect when you're talking about it being Women's History Month, we do have a collection called Her Story. And it is a Prosecco, a Rosado, which is a rosé, and a Primitivo, which is a red, that were developed in partnership with a winery, a vineyard, I should say, in Italy. You can't make Prosecco unless it comes from Italy, in a particular region. But what was interesting about this collection is everything about it was done by women. It was a female-owned wine vineyard, female winemaker, female bottle designer. Everything in the production of this bottle was done by female-owned companies.
That really is perfect for Women's History Month. And in case you aren't aware, March is Women's History Month, or as people like to refer to it, Herstory Month, with the HER. So I even saw that, Lorri, one of the pictures I was scrolling through, and I saw that they had one like that. So I'm so happy that you brought it up.
Yeah, so that we have a collection called Her Story, and they came up with it saying because every woman has a story and every bottle of wine has a story. So that's where the Her Story came from, and each bottle has a different sketch, like an etching of a woman silhouette, and they're all different kind of ethnic looks to try to encompass all different types of women onto these bottles. And I will tell you, they are all really good. I'm not
perfect.
As I said, I'm not a big drinker and I'm not a big rosé drinker, but I really like the Rosado, and the Prosecco happens to be my favorite. And if you're not familiar with Primitivo, it is very similar to the red Zinfandel you'll find here in the States. They've actually done DNA testing on the grapes. They are cousins.
Oh, that is really cool.
Trivia.
I would not have expected a DNA test. I mean,
exactly. It's actually in one of our little blurbs somewhere, but yes, I've done that.
I mean, you hear DNA tests, they show it all around for cats and dogs, but I would never have stopped to think for
plants also are living things.
That's cool though. I mean, if I was a wine drinker, I would probably definitely check out the Herstory, only because it has, that mission that would be perfect. So, if you are looking for something to support this month, W.I.N would really love if you participated in this. It's helping two aspects. It's helping promote women in general for our month, and it's helping to support women into networking W.I.N. This way we can keep bringing, the projects that we have, like the Healthy Horizon campaigns, the financial literacy, the programs, if you want to become, an ambassador, a mentor, anything like that. So any way that you participate in supporting a nonprofit like that, it really does make a difference. And, when you do support a nonprofit, just FYI, it is tax deductible. I always like, because Allie, if Allie's still watching, she always throws that in because I think it doesn't dawn on people like right away. So that's just an extra benefit for you as well. But Lori, do you want to, give them any final thoughts for the wines or
Well,
anything like that that you want to
I'll
bring
throw
forth?
out also that I'm in New Jersey also. So if anybody is in New Jersey and would ever like to do an in-person wine tasting, to support W.I.N or any other nonprofits that you are involved in, feel free to reach out to me. That is what I predominantly do. We do them online like this with nonprofits, but I love going out and meeting people and doing in-person events. And then you pick what you want to support, and 10% will go to the whatever you're supporting, and I'll supply the wine. You just bring the friends and the snacks.
I love that. Yes, and we do have our next meetup coming up in May. So Lori, if you can attend, you can start talking to some of the members in person, and who knows, maybe they will want to do like a wine party or something like that, or even I don't know if anybody else out there does like a paint and sip. Might be a great collaboration for you to work with someone like that as well.
Or just a girls' night, and you want something different to do and do something good while
Exactly.
you're doing it.
Exactly. Well, Lori, thank you so much for, partnering with W.I.N and taking the time out to do this live. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
Um, and W.I.N Community, the link is in the comments. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to myself or even Lori directly.
Mhm.
If you want to learn more about some of the wines that she has mentioned, or even ask if there's something that we haven't mentioned during this live, please feel free to do that, or even just make a comment in the live. We'll get the notifications. Okay. All right. So everybody have a beautiful day and thank you for tuning in. All right.
Thanks. It's great seeing everybody or talking.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.